Shalom to Brother Kadash. We're going to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. This is going to be called the parable of the talents. Something similar to that. The parable of the talents, the breakdown of the talents, which is found in the book of Matthew 25. So we're going to start at verse 13, but just a couple words on it before is, this is very spiritual. It's not a lot of precepts that I'm going to pull to go with it, but sometimes you have to break these things down, which is very spiritual. And this is likened to what we're doing today. The work that you're doing, and to really get into the spirit, it's not going to go in vain. And every brother has different works. And this is one of the reasons why, me personally, I try not to judge brothers that are trying to be in the truth. Yeah, you look at some people and you be like, you could do more. You ain't doing enough. You ain't on fire. But it's kind of, you gotta be able to have a certain discernment, because those brothers might not have as many talents as you. Those brothers might not have as many pounds as you. Those brothers might not have the walk that you have in this faith, in this spirit. And I was talking to one of my partners about it, and I was telling him how we were discussing how, in the bigger cities, they have camps, and they camps that have hundreds of brothers in it, tens and tens of brothers in it. But in our little small camp right now, we've been able to manage to pull 1, 2, maybe 3 brothers, but really just an average of like 2 brothers at a time, But I said, look, don't worry about that, because that may not be our lot. Those bigger cities have more people because they're in a bigger city. We in a smaller city, so we may only bring in just me and you. It might just be me and you to the end, But that's our lot. The goal is never was to see who could bring in the most brothers in the truth. The goal has always been to get on a chariot and be a part of the elect. My personal number one goal in the whole world is to be a part of the 144K elect. That's my number one goal. That's what I'm doing it for. That's my motivation. There's no alternative options. There's no plan B. There's no he's really in it because of this, or he's really in it because of that. Because I've been to a camp before where it felt like brothers thought that about me. You know how you could get a feeling and you kind of try to, with wisdom and knowledge, try to figure out where the feeling's coming from and why they're feeling this type of way, or what way they looking at you. Well, the honest truth is, and you can see that because even after I wasn't with that camp no more, I only gained more spirit. I only gained more knowledge in the truth. I only have done more work, got closer to the Lord. So that tells you that my attentions was always pure, and my main goal was always to be a part of the 144K elect. Now, you could get a part of that. That don't mean that you have to do the most work. Like a lot of times we get on YouTube and we see like these the videos back in the day of the apostles, but not just the apostles, other elders and leaders that's Israelites. We see them like in New York. We see them in these big cities, and they in the middle, and they back to back, and they slaying Edomites, they slaying Ishmaelites, and they doing all this work, and they got like 10, 15 brothers out there they then help bring into the truth. You know what I mean? It's not us that bring man into the truth. It's the Lord that brings man into the truth, And that's why I was trying to explain to the brother. And you would see those videos and you kind of get hyped up, but then it kind of put the spirit on you like, I need to get to that point. If I want to be as great as them, I need to get to that point. But the point is you may never get to that point, because that may not be your lot. But does that mean that you're not a part of the elect? Does that mean that you might not be saved because you never get to that point? No, because every man has a different lot in this truth. Every man has different talents, a different ability in this truth. You see what I'm saying? And really what the thought that came about this, that made me get into the Bible, read this one, and then make this lesson, was an elder had came down to our camp, and he was talking to us. You will see it. It's probably like 2-3 camps ago, right? You could go on my page and find it, And he came to hear the word, so we just breaking things about it down. And one of the things he had said, he was like, why you guys don't go to the ghetto? Why you guys don't go over here? They need to hear it, And the first thing that came to my head is, really pretty much because we're just following after wise counsel, Proverbs verse 1. We're following after what we see the apostles and the elders do. Where are they at? They're downtown. So we're going to go downtown because it's like neutral ground, Yeah, the Yeah, you might be able to go to the ghettos and get more notoriety, get more exposure and stuff like that, but that's not what this is about, you know. And like I said, we don't bring nobody in the truth. It's the Lord that brings people into the truth. So if the Lord wants a brother to come into the truth, the Lord would direct his paths to coming downtown to see us at camp. If the Lord wants that brother to come join us at camp, you see what I'm saying? So we ain't gotta go to the hood, you know, because there's pros and cons of doing that, you know. You got a lot of Jake are wicked, a lot of Jake are jealous and try to, it's dangerous at that, but you know, we don't walk in the spirit of fear, you know, but we do fear in the Lord. But because we fear in the Lord, we walk in the spirit that He put on us, which is courage, great courage, you know. But the Lord is directing our steps. That's why we downtown. If the Lord put the spirit on us to go to the hood, then maybe we would do that, you know. But we follow after that wise counsel because they have been in this truth for years and years. And they already done that, and they seen the results of that. You know, the elect ain't just gonna come from the hood. The elect gonna come from all different walks of life, just like myself. You know, hopefully elect. You know, so that was one of the things that kind of brought up this topic. You know, and the thing is well, shit, like I just explained, you know, the Lord is the one that bring people in the truth. It's not really us that's bringing it, but we doing the work, and the reason why we're doing the work is to prove ourselves, which leads me to Matthew 24:25, the parable of the talents. Verse 13 says, "Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh." Right? So you don't know. So you got to be on fire, you know. I believe it talks about that in Revelations 3, you know, with the lukewarm. This on your screen is just a meme. You know, this is Amari Stoudemire. I don't know. I believe that this is a true caption that he put up or a true post that he put up, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, this is a work that he did. That's a work. You know, now could he be saved off of it? If the Lord wants him to be, you know. But this is Matthew 25, verse 14. It says, and that might just be his lot. That might just be his lot, you know? But we'll see. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country who called his own servant and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey." Right? So every man in this truth, you know, we're like a body, you know, and there's different pieces of that body. But every man has a different ability. I've seen it plenty of times. Some brothers is just, you know, it speaks about this in the book of Romans. It speaks about this in the book of First Corinthians. You know, brothers, I believe that's First Corinthians 12 or 11 or both, you know. And some brothers is just great with the Hebrew. You know, me, if I put a lot of effort to it, I could really get it. But my spirit is set up for prophecy. So you will watch a lot of my videos and you will see it's really just all prophecy, prophecy, and prophecy. Then I have to kind of work and put the work in to do a lesson like this where I actually go into detail about a parable and break down the spiritual meaning. Some brothers do that easier, you know. Prophecy is my thing. That's why Revelations, the book of Revelations is my favorite book, and um, Isaiah 14 is my favorite chapter, one of my favorite chapters, you know, because prophecy is my thing. Some brothers is really good at prophesying, you know, and then some brothers is really good at just teaching. They could really break things down so a newer brother coming to the truth could understand it, you know, because a lot of times they have a lot of life experiences where they could relate to, you know, and I have that too, you know. But like I said, you know, until one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2. So the Lord might give a one brother 2 talents. He might give another brother 5 talents. But you know, which really represent like the work that he's going to give them, the load, or I'm trying to kind of put it into words that's correct, like the work, the faith, the lot, kind of like their lot. You know what I mean? But could a brother with the 2 talents, that being his lot, could he be jealous off the brother with the 5 talents? No, you know, because that's not his lot, you know. And then the brother with the 5 talents, could he be jealous and say, look, he only got 2 talents. He only got to do this much in his lot? No, you know, because that's what the Lord gave to the brothers based off their abilities, you know, and I just seen it, you know. It says, verse 16, it says that he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them others and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. Why? Because that was his lot. That was his work to do that. You know, it says, but he that receiveth 1 went and digged in the earth and hid the Lord's money. So brothers coming into this truth, they received a talent. And I done seen this too. Where they kind of dig that money into the earth and that talent into the earth, and they ain't out there doing the Lord's work. They came in, they was in 5 months, they was in 6 months, and then they kind of just gave up. They gave up and said, look, I ain't gonna do the work no more, and that's because they're going to be cast out, and they're going to have a judgment coming from that. It don't matter how much you like them. If they give up and they turn their back on the plow, it is what it is. They're going to have that judgment, because but that was their lot. That was their lot for the Lord to have them in that. So that's why prayer is very important. And you praying for, it says you got to pray for the Lord not to take his Holy Spirit away from you. This is Matthew 22 verse 9. It says, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage, right? But going back to the parable of the lots, it might be your lot only to bring 1, to bring 2. It might be another brother lot to bring 5, to bring 10, But the goal is to be saved, to be elected by the Lord to be saved at the end of the day, There ain't really a competition like that, because there's going to be ranking in the kingdom, and, just like among the angels. Some brothers gonna have more than other brothers, but we all together, we gonna have it all, But that envy and that covet of your neighbor, that's a sin. That's one of the top 10, the 10 commandments, So we not gonna have that sin. It's just like the women. Women aren't gonna be jealous over other women, and the men having multiple wives, because they're not gonna have that envy and that jealousy, which goes back to sin, So in the kingdom, that none of that's gonna be going on, And it's the same thing like with me today. Like, let's just talk worldly, just real quick. If we talk worldly, it's like I don't have jealousy to see my other brothers doing good, but I grew up with a lot of brothers, and I've seen that they do have that jealousy. And it's crazy. It never made sense to me. If I get a nice car, and let's just say my cousin comes with a nicer car, I'm not going to be jealous off of him. I'm going to be trying to drive his car. Let me drive it, bro. Let me see it. Oh, this is nice. I'm posting pictures on social media. My cousin just got this. He the top dude. He killing it. You see what I'm saying? So we really kind of big each other up. If anything, it's motivation. Like, okay, now I'm going to have to go get me something more crazier. That's the love that you're supposed to have, rather than having the jealousy. You know what I mean? Because everybody lot is different, But back in Matthew 25, and it says, verse 19, it says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and wrecketh with them. So the Lord cometh, right? And this is on his return. It says, and so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, right? Because that was his lot. That was his work. He did it. He succeeded, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I had gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. And that's another thing. It's like, look, you've been faithful over little things. Because, like, the Lord, like Paul said, the things we, roughly paraphrasing, the things we do is foolish, but we foolish for the Lord. We servants for his sake. The Lord doesn't need us to do the things. Don't ever think the Lord needs us to do the things that he has us doing. Really, we doing it to prove ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So we being faithful even when we're made low, but the Lord is going to make us ruler over many things. It says he also that had received the 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I had gained 2 others talents before themselves. And the Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Right now, let me get a precept that kind of goes along with that, which is Luke chapter 19. Let me jump to it. Gotta stay in the Bible so you stay handy. This is Luke 19, verse 17. Straight to the point. But it says, and really, you could read really from verse 15, which which you know I will. It says, and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom. So it's talking about the same thing, the Lord returning, right? Did he commanded these servants, the relationship between the Lord and his servants, which is the elect, right? To be called unto him, to who he had given the money. So now this parable is calling it money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. And it's not talking about physical money. It's not talking about American um dollars, fiat currency. Or it's not talking about digital Bitcoin. It says, then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound has gained 10 pounds, meaning you just doing the work. It says, because that's how you gain, by doing the work. And it says, and he said unto him, and it also talks about Matthew's. Let me think of what chapter. I think it's Matthew's chapter 6. It's talk about stacking up your money in that spiritual bank where it can't rust, where it can't be corrupted, where a thief can't steal it. That's all a part of this. It says, and he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have authority over 10 cities. So it's really the same parable. It's really the exact same parable. So it's saying, look, man, we gonna have authority over 10 cities in the kingdom, and you best believe it. So you know how a mayor will be a mayor of this city, or a governor will be a governor of this city. Everything's going to belong to Yahweh Shai, because that's what he was given to by his father Yahweh. But we're joint heirs, and he's going to give us that power too. Revelations chapter 2 breaks that down, how he's going to give us that same power that he received. So, and here, let me jump back. I believe I just read this in the book of Matthew. I believe it's Matthew 28. Let me see. Verse 18, and Yahweh Shai came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. So he gonna give us that same power too. So it's gonna be like one brother, the elect, could be a governor of 10 cities. So how great is that? That's why you putting in this work. Now back in Matthew 25, it says, verse 24, because this is important, pay attention to this. It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man. So the Lord is a hard man. He's an austere man. Don't get it fucked up. It says, reaping where thou hast not sown. It says, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid. So out of fear, man, these dudes fall out the truth out of fear, man. That's why the Lord said, be of good courage, fear not. But fear the Lord. It says, and went and hid thy talent in the earth, meaning he didn't do the work. He had this great talent, right? In the sense of a talent, he had this great ability and this great talent that he could go out there and be a good teacher. He could do work and gain talents. He could do that, but he decided not to, right? Because of fear, really. It says, lo, there thou hast that in thy lo, there thou hast that is thine. It says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant. Thou wicked and slothful servant. And let me see if I can find this in Revelation, because I believe it's Revelations 3. You got to continue studying and reading so you can stay short, man. So you can stay short. But yeah, I got it. It's Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I will not thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm or slothful, whatever you want to say, but neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Right? So it's saying the same thing, but you could be slothful, but you could still be in the truth, but you just not on fire. You doing videos once every 2 weeks, once a week or something like that. You ain't showing up to camp, you ain't reading, you ain't studying, the Lord said he gonna spew you out his mouth, Now back in Matthew 25, to kind of finish it off, it says, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not straw. It says, thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received thy own with usury. So this talent is like the Lord's money, but it's like the faith that the Lord gave you, the spirit, the lot that the Lord gave you to work. It says, take therefore the talent from him and give it into him which hath 10 talents. And the Lord could take your crown. You know, he could take your crown. He could take that spirit away from you. For unto everyone that has should be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away even that which he hath. So it says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Meaning you ain't gonna make it, which mean that your ass gonna end up in that second death, you know. But if you're an Israelite, you'll be reborn back into the kingdom. And then if you keep going in Matthew 25, it breaks down how he's going to separate the sheep and the goat, which is really talking about the same thing. And then in the beginning of Matthew 25, when it's talking about the 10 virgins, you know, the ones that candle went out, the ones that had their candle, it's talking about the same thing. And it's all going back to keeping the faith and doing the work. Keeping the faith and doing the work. You know, learning the faith, teaching the faith, keeping the faith, you know. That's what it all comes down to, you know. And at the end of the day, you're going to want to be able to say this, you know, let me get to it. Which is First Timothy, nope, I think it's Second Timothy. Yep, Second Timothy chapter 4. You want to be able to say this at the end of the day, right? Verse 6, for I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight, and I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And that wraps it all together. So this is the parable of the talents, Matthew 25. With that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom. Hopefully it has been edifying.